Okay, so we're going to create a three-dimensional object, and we're going to create a three-dimensional object that actually has some space that's been removed out of it. This oval area for the handle on a detergent bottle. So this is a useful skill. We're going to learn how to use something called the Loft tool. So the Loft tool, if you see first when you load this file template in, load the detergent bottle template, and you're going to see that it has these different views already loaded into it. There's going to be the detergent bottle view here in the panel. We're going to select that so it's black and it indicates we're going to use that as an actual material or entity to create from. There's going to be some sketch planes here. You can see that if we turn these on and off, that's going to remove our given sketch. There is an image that's been loaded in. And we also have some construction planes that can help us align for using the Loft tool. So all of these are going to be added together and it's going to create a three-dimensional shape. So click on the Create button, click on the Loft button, which is to create a loft. We'll create three-dimensional from two planar surfaces. And now you're going to see the option menu open up on the screen for Loft. And we're going to add profiles first. So the profiles are going to be each one of these layers, and we have to go in order. So it's going to organize them, and it's going to connect them starting at the bottom. So I might have to roll in with my mouse wheel to zoom in, select that first planar surface, click again on the second planar surface. You can see it adding it. Then I'm going to move up to the third planar surface, fourth planar surface, and then the fifth planar surface. Now the fifth planar surface, if you do see here, I'm going to click on one side. It's only going to, as I orbit around, it looks like it's actually missing part of my bottle here. So I'm going to just get in close enough so that I can get that other circle selected. And I might have to realign myself, but now I have all the surfaces selected. So there is my outside shape. But my outside shape doesn't match my profile that's been created here. You can see this light blue line. So we're going to add what is called a rail guide. So add that plus sign here in your option menu, and then click on the rail guides that have been pre-drawn and the other rail guide. And now you can see it conforms to that shape. And it's going to create a new body. And we're just going to go and hit OK now. And here I can now turn off, if I wanted to, some of those bottle templates. I could remove them. I could even remove the sketch if I wanted to, so I don't have the sketch. But as I orbit around, there's my bottle. But the handle is missing. So now I'm going to have to go through and I can take and look here where the handle's going to go. I'm going to turn off the view on the detergent bottle. And I'm going to click on Create Sketch. It's going to create sketch, and I want to create it on the front plane. So click Front Plane, and I'm going to then click on this Front Plane tab. It selects the front plane. I'm going to use my middle mouse wheel button, and I'm going to roll back in, hide that mouse bottle or the detergent bottle again, and now I can use the ellipse tool inside of Create. And I'm just going to click once near the center of this shadow ellipse. Start my ellipse, click a second time near the top of my ellipse shape, and then for the width of my ellipse, so it just follows that shadow line of that bottle. Turn back on my sketches, and then hit finish. So you can see there is my first sketch. So I can go through now and I'm going to add again. I'm just going to go back in, right click, edit sketch, and I'm going to add a second ellipse to that sketch. So I'm just going to add a second ellipse, and it's going to be in the center point again, a little bit taller than the first ellipse and a little bit wider. So now you can see that shadow in there. And I'm going to say finish sketch. So the next part is this is now needing to push this space through this three-dimensional object. So I'm going to go on Create, and I'm going to go on the option for Extrude. And I'm just going to select that object to extrude. I'm going to go into the options for extrude. I'm going to click on two-sided, from distance to all for side 1, distance to all for side 2. And now I can go and see here, click on that and say OK. And it's going to cut those two apart.